The fluorescent lights of the San Diego County Jail buzzed like angry hornets as Sergeant Maria Valdez sat handcuffed to a metal bench, her black tactical pants still smeared with the dust of a desert she hadn't seen in years. Two MPs stood over her, arms crossed, shaking their heads at the audacity of a woman daring to wear a trident pin on her collar. "Impersonating a Navy SEAL is a federal crime, ma'am," one of them sneered, flipping through her forged paperwork. "You're looking at hard time." Maria's dark eyes never left the floor, but her jaw clenched so tight the scar along her cheekbone whitened. She wasn't afraid, she was counting heartbeats, the way she'd been taught in a place no record would ever name. Outside the holding room, a crowd of real operators fresh from Coronado whispered behind the glass, laughing at the wannabe who'd crashed their charity gala in a dress uniform that looked too perfect. Then the door slammed open. A three-star general strode in, silver hair slicked back, eyes like cold steel. He took one look at the knife on Maria's confiscated belt and froze. "Only operators carry that," he whispered, voice cracking like thunder in a bottle. The room went dead silent. If you love stories that rip your heart out and stitch it back with pure American grit, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because this channel is where legends come to breathe. The MPs uncuffed Maria so fast the metal scraped her wrists raw, but she didn't flinch. The general, Grayson, his name tag read, ordered everyone out except the base commander and a stunned JAG officer clutching a tablet. "Name," he barked. Maria stood ramrod straight, 5'4" of coiled lightning. Valdez Maria, Chief Special Warfare Operator, retired. Grayson's face drained of color. He knew that name. Everyone in the teams did, even if the official records had been scrubbed cleaner than a sniper's rifle. 10 years ago, during a black op in the Hindu Kush, Maria had dragged 3 wounded teammates through a blizzard after their helo went down, carrying a 4th on her back while returning fire with a pistol in her teeth. The citation was classified, the medal buried, the operator erased to protect a program that never existed. But the knife on her belt, the custom bench made with the faint engraving M, 5th, never out of the fight. That was the calling card of the ghost unit no one talked about. Rewind 24 hours. Maria had been living quiet in a 1-bedroom apartment in Chula Vista, working nights as a trauma nurse, stitching up gangbangers and drunk drivers, while the nightmares stitched her soul. She hadn't worn the trident in public since the day the Navy handed her a DD-214, and a thank you for your service that tasted like ash. But when she saw the online flyer for the SEAL Legacy Gala, black tie, $1,000 a plate, all proceeds to Gold Star families, she felt the pull, not for glory, for the kids who'd never see their dads again. She'd liquidated her savings, forged the invitation old habits from infiltration training, and walked into the Marriott ballroom like she belonged. Heads turned, whispers followed, a retired admiral asked for a selfie. Then some loudmouth commander, 3 whiskeys deep, spotted the ribbon rack on her chest. "Bullshit," he slurred. "Women can't earn that many cars." He called security. The MPs tackled her in the lobby while donors filmed on their phones. By the time the viral clip hit X, #FakeSeal was trending nationwide. Back in the jail's interrogation room, Grayson pulled up a secure laptop and punched in codes that made the JAG officers sweat. Grainy satellite footage bloomed on the screen. Maria, night vision green, hauling a bleeding teammate across a frozen ridge while Taliban tracers stitched the snow. Another clip, her alone in a safe house, stitching her own thigh with dental floss after a grenade shredded her leg. The commander's mouth hung open. Grayson turned to Maria, voice thick. "Why the hell didn't you say something?" She laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Because the last time I did, they court-martialed the man who saved my life to keep the program secret. I figured the kids deserved the money more than I deserved the truth." Grayson's eyes glistened. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his own challenge coin, SEAL Team 6, the real deal, and pressed it into her palm. "Then let's fix this." The next morning, the base theater filled with every operator within 100 miles. Word had spread like wildfire in dry grass. Maria walked on stage in dress blues that had been overnighted from a locker no one knew existed. The same commander who'd called her a fraud stood at attention, face redder than a recruit's sunburn. Grayson took the mic. "Yesterday we almost jailed a warrior who bled for this country in ways most of us will never understand. Today we honor her." He pinned the Navy Cross on her chest, the one that had been locked in a vault since 2015. The crowd erupted. Phones raised. Tears fell. Maria didn't smile. She saluted, eyes locked on the Gold Star moms in the front row clutching photos of their sons. "This isn't for me," she said, voice steady. "It's for the ones who didn't come home." But the story doesn't end with applause. That night, Maria sat alone on the pier at Naval Amphibious Base Coronado, boots dangling over water black as ink. The coin Grayson gave her weighed heavy in her pocket. She pulled out her phone and opened the X thread that had ruined her. Thousands of comments calling her a liar, a thief, a disgrace. Then she started typing, not a defense, a confession. Every mission, every loss, every name of the teammates she'd carried out. She attached the declassified footage Grayson had authorized for release. By dawn, #RealHero was trending higher than any scandal. Veterans poured into her DMs with their own buried stories. A senator called for congressional hearings on erased female operators. The loudmouth commander issued a tearful apology on national TV. Career in tatters. Maria didn't watch. She was already on a plane to Walter Reed, volunteering to sit with amputees who thought they were forgotten. Weeks later, a package arrived at her apartment. Inside, a new Benchmade knife, identical to the one confiscated, engraved this time with M. "If fight finds you," no return address. Just a post-it that read, "From the team, we never left you." Maria strapped it to her ankle under her scrubs and went to work saving lives the only way she knew how, one heartbeat at a time. The trident stayed in a shadow box on her wall, gathering dust. She didn't need it anymore. The ocean had already carved it into her bones. And that's the story of the woman they tried to bury twice, once in classified files, once in a jail cell, and who rose both times carrying the weight of ghosts who never got the chance. If this hit you in the chest the way it did me, drop a like, share it with every patriot you know, and tell me in the comments, from which part of the country are you watching this video?